Ice of the Caribbean. I take this opportunity to extend warm greetings to all of you here and online. The OECS Council of Ministers, Tourism, meets at least once per year to review and discuss matters related to tourism and the tourism work of the OECS Commission, because they understand that tourism is everybody's business. The Council is the second highest decision-making body of the organization after the authority and comprises appointed ministers of government from each member states. Given that the Caribbean ranks among the top regions of the world for cruise, yachting, and luxury vacations, the tourism sector remains a primary source of income and employment opportunities in most of the member states of the OECS, that is. Sustainable tourism development naturally remains a top priority for the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite at this time a recording, because Dr. Jules, well, he's there waiting for us. We'll now hear from His Excellency Dr. Didacus Jules, Director General of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States. In his capacity as Director General, he is responsible for driving the regional integration thrust towards a single economic and social space involving 11 Eastern Caribbean states. He has served as a board director for Latin America and the Caribbean on the Global Partnership for Education and is a current member of the UNESCO board. Dr. Jules has had extensive regional and international experience, most of it focused on education, social policy, and organizational transformation. So let's hear now from His Excellency Dr. Didacus Jules.
I want to start by acknowledging the Honorable Denise Charles, Minister for Tourism, International Transport and Maritime Initiatives of Dominica, for her leadership as the former chair. Although the handover from Dominica took place during a special meeting in March 2024, I take this opportunity to publicly thank her for her dedicated and enthusiastic service. I extend deepest gratitude also to the Government of Grenada for hosting this 8th meeting of the Council of Ministers of Tourism in person. These face-to-face meetings facilitate richer discussions and stronger commitments from our member states. I also want to acknowledge the new chairman of the Tourism Council of Ministers, the Honorable Adrian Thomas, for emphasizing the importance of these meetings. They allow for adequate reporting up to the OECS authority, ensuring that matters of importance to tourism are given visibility and consideration by the heads of government. This month marks the 43rd anniversary of the OECS, celebrated under the theme, Advancing Together, Embracing Innovation for Sustainable Growth and Regional Integration. As we reflect on our journey, we must take pride in our achievements, but also must acknowledge our shortcomings. Integration is about recognizing that our strength lies in our unity, and that together we can achieve far more than we ever could alone. It is through our collective commitment that we can drive the innovative and sustainable growth that we envision. This principle applies seamlessly to the tourism sector. Member states are encouraged to collaborate, be less competitive and more complementary, fostering multi-destination travel. Tourism is a very, very competitive business, and so it is natural to think competitively and individually about how we can gain singular advantage in the market. But to the world, the Caribbean is a brand far more potent than any individual country brand. And as much as we try to find distinctive and individual niche space, that identity remains locked in the orbit of brand Caribbean. The reality is that we need to be more analytical and apply a more differentiated vision on our placement in that global market. It's simple, really. Are we better off advertising our individual World Heritage sites, for example, as unique products? Or can we do better by offering a basket of World Heritage sites in our region with their differentiated characteristics? The attractiveness of each site can be greatly enhanced by the packaging and the diversity of the many. With a renewed commitment to collaboration in tourism, we anticipate that every future OECS anniversary will bring notable tourism achievements. The main agenda item for this meeting is an OECS Common Sustainable Tourism Policy. And sustainability remains a top priority for travelers, particularly post-pandemic, with greater awareness of climate change and a desire for more inclusive tourism. The OECS Commission, with funding from the World Bank's Unleashing the Blue Economy of the Caribbean, or the UBEC project, has been updating the OECS Common Tourism Policy, which dates as far back as 2011. This initiative began in July 2023 with the objective of comprehensively revising and updating the policy, particularly to include the blue economy, and to increase competitiveness and adapt to the post-COVID-19 era. The 2011 policy, like any policy developed before 2015, lacks consideration of the UN Sustainable Development Goals and environmental sustainability. The updated, retitled OECS Common Sustainable Tourism Policy will provide guidance on sustainable tourism development and climate-smart resilience policies, fostering a more prosperous and equitable tourism industry. This updated policy guides our region in sustainably advancing all elements of this key economic sector while capitalizing on opportunities in the blue economy. Given the robust member state consultations, we trust that it will support our common ambitions. Ministers will review the updated policies framework, including strategic direction, broad thematic development areas, and policy statements. While not preempting the ministerial discussions, allow me to highlight three priority areas: environmental, sustainability, inclusiveness, and innovation. Environmental sustainability. Tourism in our region is highly dependent on the environment. We are obligated to be custodians, therefore, of our natural resources and biodiversity, both on land and in the marine space, and to regenerate them for future generations. While there have been some efforts in this area, we need a decisively more collective approach for more effective outcomes. Examples include common policy consideration for the cruise sector and collective action towards the obligations of the Glasgow Declaration on Climate Change in Tourism. Action on its 5 major obligations can be truly transformative for the sector. One is measuring and disclosing all travel and tourism-related emissions. This involves tracking and reporting carbon emissions in a transparent manner to create a clear understanding of the industry's impact on climate change. Secondly, decarbonize, setting and achieving targets aligned with climate science to reduce carbon emissions. This includes adopting renewable energy sources, improving energy efficiency, and transitioning to low carbon operations and activities. I am pleased to announce that we've negotiated for a shore power feasibility study and a pilot with a Caribbean-led consortia in which Royal Caribbean has expressed interest. Cruise ships often keep their engines running to provide power for onboard services while in dock. The average large cruise ship can emit up to 4 to 8 tons of CO2 per day while docked. With an average of 4 large cruise ships docked on a given day in any OECS port, emissions would reach 16 to 32 tons of CO2 in one day. The third area is regeneration, restoration and protection of natural ecosystems that sequester carbon. This involves supporting biodiversity, conserving habitats, and investing in nature-based solutions that enhance ecosystem resilience, such as, for example, mangrove restorations and seagrass preservation. The fourth area is collaboration, the need for stakeholders across the value chain to collaborate in climate action. This means working together with governments, businesses, communities, students, youth, and travelers to develop and implement sustainable practices and policies. And fifthly, finance, ensuring that finance and investment support climate resilience. This includes channeling funds towards projects and initiatives that contribute to climate adaptation and mitigation, as well as ensuring financial mechanisms are in place to support sustainable tourism development. We must explore how to fund infrastructural projects to support blue-green tourism investments, renewable energy solutions, and waste reduction initiatives to better manage the environmental impact of tourism. Article 21 of the revised Treaty of Bastille mandates the common policy on tourism development to aim for balanced growth and development. This includes greater participation in the tourism product. Recognizing the significance of environmental sustainability in tourism development, with our high economic dependencies on tourism, we must focus on positively impacting livelihoods across the OECS. This requires communication and collaboration with entrepreneurs, the youth, communities, and tourism value chains. During the opening of the Caribbean Sustainable Tourism Conference in April this year, Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell challenged the tourism sector to be more inclusive, involving farmers and fisherfolk. The OECS fully endorses this call. We seek a balance where tourism provides economic inclusion, improves the quality of life for our people, as St. Lucia is doing with its community tourism initiatives, while at the same time protecting our environment. We need also to move beyond the traditional 3 Ps of planet, environment, people, social, and prosperity, economic, to include purpose and partnerships, 2 more Ps, purpose and partnership, for sustainable tourism development. We should develop policies to empower communities and support MSMEs, which make up 80% of tourism businesses in the Caribbean, feeding the grassroots. More dialogue and coordination mechanisms are needed to achieve sustainable development goals in tourism. We must embrace technology innovation, not only for digital transformation in travel booking platforms and marketing, but also and importantly, to enhance visitor experiences at destinations and points of interest, as for example the use of augmented and virtual reality. Additionally, new thinking is needed on intersectoral linkages. More dialogue and coordination mechanisms are needed to achieve sustainable development goals in tourism. We must embrace technology innovation, not only for digital transformation in travel booking platforms and marketing, but also to enhance visitor experiences at destinations and points of interest, as for example augmented and virtual reality. Additionally, new thinking on intersectoral linkages is crucial. Ministers, let us envision a future where our tourism industry is a model of sustainability and inclusivity, where every visitor leaves with a deeper appreciation of our culture and our natural beauty. By working hand in hand, we can create a legacy of prosperity and resilience that will inspire the world and benefit generations to come. I thank you.
Dr. Jules is also a Grenadian, not just St. Lucian, and he could speak all day. Thank you, Dr. Jules. We wish you were here with us. And as our 50th anniversary of independence theme states, one people, one journey, one future. So let us, as OECS member states, journey together with a collective commitment being the driving force for the sustainability of our tourism product. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the Honorable Denise Charles Pemberton, Minister for Tourism, International Transport, and Maritime Initiatives, and former chair of the OECS Council of Ministers. She will make some remarks, and before she comes, let me just tell you a little bit about her. She is the current Minister of Tourism in Dominica with additional responsibility for ports and maritime initiatives, civil aviation, and festivals. I think that's why these two ministers are friends, yeah? Mr. Festival Man. As Minister for Tourism, Honorable Charles Pemberton has spearheaded the creation and launch of a new Dominica logo, the commencement of direct flights by American Airlines into Dominica, and the development of travel protocols during COVID-19 pandemic. Honorable Charles Pemberton led the tourism sector to recovery following the negative impacts of COVID-19 on the sector with a creation of effective promotions such as Work in Nature and Safe in Nature campaigns. During her tenure, Dominica achieved several accolades from key industry publications, including CNN, Time Magazine, Forbes, Travel and Leisure magazines, and the New York Times. So let us welcome once more the Honorable Charles Pemberton, Minister for Tourism, Dominica.
Thank you. Honorable Minister of Tourism of Grenada, Senator Adrian Thomas, other Minister of Tourism online, Permanent Secretaries of Tourism, other Government of Grenada senior officials, OECS Director General, Head of Economic Development Unit, OECS, Senior Technical Specialist Tourism, OECS, other OECS colleagues, staff of the Ministry of Tourism and Foreign Affairs, Grenada. Good morning, Grenada. Warm greetings from the nature island, Dominica. I wish to thank the government of Grenada for hosting the 8th meeting of the OECS Council of Ministers, Tourism. I appreciate the level of effort that goes into planning and execution of these regional in-person meetings. Earlier this year, at a special virtual meeting, I passed the chairmanship to my colleague, Senator Adrian Thomas. I pledge my continued commitment to support the regional good and offer Minister Thomas my ongoing support during his tenure. The OECS should see collaboration as an intrinsic element of its existence and not an optional one. I am very excited for what my colleague will bring to the table during his term. I also wish to acknowledge the OECS Director General for his continuous dedication to regional integration and ensuring that, in keeping with the mandate of the OECS Commission, these meetings of the Council of Ministers take place despite the hectic schedules of ministers at the national level. The Dominican chairmanship tenure commenced with a meeting in July 2022, proudly hosted by Dominica, the first in-person OECS tourism ministerial since the pandemic. The most pressing concern amongst us at the time was air connectivity and its impact on intra-regional travel. Our position was made clear. This was urgent. We needed to address the situation in a strong, unified manner, and our statement reflected that. 2 years later, while we have seen some increase in flights within the region, there is still a lot to be done. Last year, it took me 2 days to get to Antigua. Today, we have daily flights between those two destinations. It is prudent, therefore, to thank our airline partners like Inter-Caribbean, Sunrise, Winair, and Caribbean Airlines, who continue to provide us with accessibility across our islands. Connectivity, however, still remains a grave concern, and as we know, the solutions are not simple. Chairman, I implore you to continue to champion this cause. Climate action in tourism is also of significant concern. We all heard from the Director General. We as Ministers of Tourism ratified the signing of the Declaration for Climate Action in Tourism and mandated that the OECS align its efforts for tourism with ministries responsible for the environment. To this end, the OECS Commission held a joint tourism and environment meeting in 2023 and agreed on an approach. This formed a collaboration with the Travel Foundation, resulting in the signing of a memorandum of understanding that seeks to implement sustainable tourism initiatives, specifically those related to climate action. I am looking forward to the joint meeting of Ministers of Tourism and those of Environment. Senator Thomas, I hand over this important work to you with the hope that we see new, groundbreaking degrees of unified, focused progress. There are other areas that require our attention. The April 2024 European Union Corporate Sustainability Due Diligence Directive, which obligates European Union companies to manage social and environmental impacts along their entire value chain, is significant. Whilst we must be vigilant about climate change here in the OECS, let us not forget that our region is the smallest contributor of carbon emissions. Our impact on climate change is negligible. We respect these laws, but we must be careful that climate mitigation action does not further increase our cost. High cost of transportation, increased cost of supplies has its impact across the spectrum of the tourism value chain. To combat this, we need to strengthen trade among our nations, enabling our region to become less dependent on imports. I look forward to the discussions on intersectoral linkages at our meeting today. Our only hope in these challenging times is unity. Our impact can be greater if we truly commit to move as one voice and dedicate time to make things happen. I wish my colleague God's blessing and pledge my full support. I pray that your tenure as chair is fruitful and you leave a lasting impression. I encourage all my colleague ministers to support our new chair. I look forward to the discussions today. I'm happy to be in Grenada. Today I had coconut cakes for breakfast, and I hope to have some oil dung before I leave. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister. And of course, you are the outgoing chair. We thank you for your dedicated service. At this time, we'd like to hear from the Spices Dance Company. We're going to hear from a dance company. I'm not wrong. We're going to hear from a dance company, the Spices Dance Company. And as Spice In has a tagline that says, "A taste of spice." So I welcome you to enjoy a taste of spice by the Spices Dance Company.
spice island of the West Indies. We are happy, peaceful, and gay, with variety in every way, and the warm sunshine every day. Our sheep from Settle and Cocoa, all round the island is rocks grow. Bananas we must mention too, bringing a handsome revenue. We have other local fruits, and they all taste very good. We now put it on the shelf. Enjoy Grenada for yourself. We are from Grenada, if you please. The spice island of the West Indies. We are happy, peaceful, and gay, with fantasy everywhere, and a warm sunshine every day. We are from Grenada, if you please. The spice island of the West Indies. We are happy, peaceful, and gay, with fantasy everywhere, and a warm sunshine every day. From Grenada, if you please, the spice island of the West Indies. We are happy, peaceful, and gay.
The dance company that sings. Thank you, Spices. I'd now like to introduce to you the incoming chairman of the Council of Ministers, Tourism. He's a lover of agriculture and the arts. Some of us know him as a Calypsonian, the mighty persuader. Is it the mighty persuader? Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you our Minister for Tourism and the Creative Economy, Grenada, the new chairman of the OECS Council of Ministers, Senator the Honorable Adrian Thomas.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. And I sat there listening to my colleagues and my friends singing this beautiful song. I said to myself, had I been in Dominica and I heard a song like that, I would have been considering extending my time. You don't think so? So I hope my colleagues from the other Caribbean islands would consider extending the time. I know most of you all are leaving tomorrow, but you can leave on Monday and take a little soak in the Granlands Beach. Thank you very much, Madam Chair. And as the incoming chairman of the OECS Council of Ministers, happy am I to be here today in the midst of my colleagues from Dominica, Ms. Denise, Honorable Denise Pedmerton, right, that's the word I'm looking for. Minister for Tourism in Dominica, and my colleagues online. I also like to recognize PS Natalie Williams, Ministry of Tourism, and other government officials from Grenada. I want to recognize my colleagues from the hotel industry in Grenada, Ms. Hopkin, and other hotelers here. I also want to recognize the people from GTA. I'm seeing people from the creative economy here. Also, I also want to recognize my good friend, my advisor, Ms. Darlene Joseph. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you all to beautiful, pure Grenada, the spice of the Caribbean, for this significant meeting of the OECS Council of Ministers of Tourism. It is both an honor and a privilege to host this gathering of esteemed leaders dedicated to the advancement of tourism and the prosperity of all our people within the sub-region of the OECS. Undoubtedly, our islands are unique, different, and special in their own way, and as stewards of our nation's most precious assets, inclusive of natural wonders, cultural heritage, and our people, Let us not forget the gravity of our responsibility to safeguard these treasures for generations to come while ensuring prosperity and well-being for all. Ladies and gentlemen, as we convene today, we find ourselves at a pivotal moment in our development. The challenges we face are numerous, but so are the opportunities. From the impact of climate change to the ever-evolving dynamics of the global tourism market, we are confronted with a landscape that demands innovation, collaboration, and adaptability. But it is precisely in times of adversity that we discover our greatest strengths. We must rise to the occasion as leaders and visionaries. Our collective efforts have the potential to not only overcome obstacles, but to also forge a path towards a more resilient, sustainable, and inclusive future for tourism development in the OECS. As the new Minister for Tourism in Grenada, only January, so I'm the new kid on the block among my OECS colleagues, I believe that one of the greatest challenges we face is the need to increase the multiplier effect of tourism. To ensure that the economic benefits generated by the industry are maximized and distributed equitably across our nations. I want to reference Paulie Plutolo's book, The Last Resort. The Cost of Tourism in the Caribbean, written in 1992, and is most relevant today. And I quote, "While tourism is often touted as a vital source of income for Caribbean economies, the reality is more complex. The anticipated benefits are frequently undermined by leakages, where a significant portion of tourism revenue exits the local economy. The reliance on imported foods and services, foreign ownership of key tourism assets, and the prevalence of low-wage jobs further dilute the positive economic impact," unquote. She explains that in some countries, as much as 80 cents of every dollar spent by visitors is leaked out of our economies. Additionally, the environmental and social cost of tourism development add another layer of challenges that are often overlooked in the optimistic projection of millions of dollars from visitors' expenditures and other exaggerated tourism benefits. Therefore, as ministers of tourism charged with setting policies and developing plans, we have a responsibility to ensure that we facilitate opportunities for additional visitor spending and that money spent are circulated within our economies as much as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, promoting local sourcing, supporting local artisans, and encouraging community-based tourism projects like farm-table initiatives are effective ways to achieve this. Too often, the gains from tourism are concentrated in a few selected areas, leaving many communities marginalized and excluded from the benefits of this industry. Another challenge facing us as a region is the high cost and limited availability of intra-regional transportation, which presents significant obstacles. These barriers not only hinder the movement of residents and tourists alike, but also restrict economic integration and cooperation among the islands. I had to turn down a visit to Dominica, when I was a member of the Ministerial Council for Agriculture, because the trip had to take me to New York, to Dominica, and then back to New York to get to Grenada. I stayed in Grenada, and I had to do the meeting virtual. I also went to Miami, overnight in Miami, to go to Jamaica for one-day meeting. Come back to Miami, overnight, to get back to Grenada. Comrades, it's real. The unprecedented COVID pandemic has had a profound impact on our economies, particularly on the tourism sector. As we work towards recovery, and thankfully, in most cases, we are all experiencing increasing visitors' arrival. It is crucial to discuss and implement measures that will not only revive our tourism industry, but also build its resilience against future shocks. I am certain we will explore innovative solutions such as digital tourism initiatives and regional marketing collaborations to accelerate our recovery. The burning issue of human resource development must also be put on the table. Our people is the heart of our tourism industry. Investing in the development is of paramount importance. Let us focus on training and capacity building programs that will equip our workforce with the skills needed to deliver exceptional services and create memorable experiences for our visitors. On the positive side, the potential of tourism to drive positive changes in our region is unparalleled. By harnessing the collective strength of our nation, we can create synergies that amplify the impact of tourism and unlock new avenues for growth and prosperity. Brothers and sisters, whether through joint marketing initiatives across border, infrastructure projects, or coordinated policy frameworks, there are countless opportunities for us to work together to enhance the competitiveness and attractiveness of our sub-region as a significant brand. Moreover, tourism has the power to foster greater understanding and cooperation among our people, transcending borders and building bridges of friendship and mutual respect. As we welcome visitors from around the world to our shows, let us seize this opportunity to showcase the rich diversity of our cultures, traditions, and landscapes, and to promote a spirit of unity, solidarity that transcends national boundaries. In closing, let us remember that the journey we embark upon today is not one that we can undertake alone. It is a journey that requires collaboration, vision, and unwavering commitment to the common good. As we work together to overcome the challenges and seize the opportunities that lie ahead, let us do so with a spirit of optimism, determination, and unity. We owe that to our people who have placed their trust and faith in us as leaders. I look forward to reading the draft OECS Sustainable Plan written by the consultants, the presentations by our experts, and the deliberations and sharing by my fellow ministers. Thank you, and may this meeting be the catalyst for a brighter future for the OECS region and Mr. Tourism and all our stakeholders leading the way. I thank you.
Thank you, Minister Adrian Thomas, Minister for Tourism, Culture, and the Creative Economy, and new Chairman of the Council of Ministers, Tourism. I'm hearing one theme this morning, a spirit of unity, one journey, one people of the OECS. Thank you, sir. Let us now welcome back to the stage Spices Dance Company, and I think this time they'll be dancing.
mama, yeah, yeah, yeah. Chamba dancing so, 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 mama, yeah, yeah, yeah. Mama, yeah, yeah, yeah. Chamba dancing so, 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 mama,
acknowledge the drummer. That's why that is. The drummer does get vexed. He carries the dance, he carries that rhythm, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our opening ceremony, and I just want to say that the OECS Commission continues to develop a tourism product that is internationally competitive, resilient, and sustainable. And they are striving to create a model that is economically and environmentally sustainable as well. As we close the opening ceremony, I wish to extend to all of you, thank you for joining us. Thank you to His Excellency, Dr. Didicus Jules, Director General of the OECS Commission, outgoing Chair, Honorable Denise Charles Pemberton, and she's from the Commonwealth of Dominica, if you don't remember. And that accent gives it away every time. And our new chair, thank you so much, sir, for your remarks, and we wish you all the best as you carry the team forward. Thank you to all those joining us online, and I wish you all a successful meeting and a happy Thursday. Refreshments are